Namaste Gurukulians, hope you all are fit as fiddle and doing work at home. So today what we are going to do, today we are going to do 10th class poem, The Ball Poem, and it is written by John Berryman. First of all, I would like to tell you some lines on poet Bete. This poet, born in 1914, okay, and he was an American poet. His great work is their Dream Songs, and for his Dream Songs he got their Pulitzer Award, and he died in 1972. Okay, now this poem, what is the the name of the poem is The Ball Poem. First of all, what is ball here in this poem? In this poem, ball is a symbolize of family and friends to whom we love a lot in our life. Ball is a symbolizer of family and friends to whom we love a lot. Okay, and the second thing, what poet wants to say in this poem, the poet is talking about the loss of the ball. These two things should be there in your mind. First of all, what is a ball? Ball is here symbolizes with the family and you can say our friends to whom we love a lot. And the second thing, the boy in this poem lost a ball. Okay, and this loss of the ball symbolizes here death. It is symbolizes to death, with the death, and they are moving away from us. यहाँ पर there लगा लेना बेटे, and they are moving away from us. So what poet wants to say in this poem, the poet wants to say that our life is very precious in this world. Our life is very precious. Whenever we get separate, whenever any beloved one of our life, our family member, our friend, and anything with which we are attached, we lost in our life, at that time we shouldn't give up in our life, because life is there. We can live our life purposefully and fruitfully if we at that time stand up and go ahead in our life. Means a person shouldn't give up at the time when he lost something in his or her life. Okay. The poet wants to say here, at the time of the loss of anything in our life, which things and the person who is very close to your heart, if you lost those things in your life, you should stand up at that time and you should go ahead in your life, because with the money, he says, you can buy the materialistic thing of this world, but you can't buy the life of your beloved one. You can't get the memories of your life, your childhood, which attached with those things and with that person to whom you have lost in your life. Okay, so what poet wants to say about with the big explanation of the poem, you will come to know, you will understand. So first line is here, what is the boy now who has lost his ball? What is he to do? I saw it go merrily bouncing down the street, and then merrily over there it is in the water. The poet says that first 4 lines explanation. In the first 4 lines, the poet asks a question to the readers of the poem. Okay, he puts a question to the readers of the poem. He says, what he says? He says he talks with us about a boy who is playing with his ball. Okay, and his ball is bouncing, his ball is rolling away from him, and his ball is bouncing down to the street, and then what happens? Then merrily over there it is in the water, and then happily, when he was playing happily with his ball, okay, his ball was rolling away from him and it was bouncing down the street, and all of a sudden it falls into the water. It slipped away. It has slipped away from the hands of the boy, and then it falls into the water. Okay, so at the time when the ball falls into the water, then at that time the poet asks a question to the readers, what the boy should do now. What the boy should do now. So this is clear, bete. This is the explanation of first 4 lines. Now the next lines. No use to say, oh, there are other balls. At ultimate shaking grief fixes the boy as he stands rigid, trembling, staring down all his young days into the harbour where his ball went. I would not intrude on him. A dime another ball is worthless. I think you know the meaning of merrily, bete. In the first stanza, I have told you happily. Grief. In the second stanza, what is the meaning of grief here? Grief means sorrow, pain, okay, miseries, okay. Rigid means still, okay, without any movement, trembling, shivering, harbor, port, you know, bete, where we load and unload, you know, bete, our ships, okay, bete. And here in this poem, the meaning of harbor is any pond and river. What is the meaning of dime? Dime is the cent, okay, 10 cent, okay. Intrude, what is the meaning of intrude here? Intrude means interfere, and worthless means useless, okay. Now the explanation of these lines, bete. So what poet says here? He says there is no use to say, oh, there are other balls. Means for us, for the other persons, this ball has a minor consequences. If a person, you know, I have a ball, okay, that is related to my childhood period, okay. If I lost that ball, it matters for me, but if you are seeing each and everything, but you don't have any value of that ball for you. That ball doesn't keep any value for you, but for me it has a value. So same happens here. The poet says that no use to say, oh, there are other balls, okay. No use to say to the boy that there are other balls in the market, you can say, in this world, okay. And ultimate shaking grief fixes the boy as he stands rigid. When his ball falls into the water, he watches that, and when it makes him, you know, it leaves him in sorrow and pain, and this sorrow, pain and shock, okay, shock makes him still, okay. This sorrow, the loss of the ball, makes the boy what? Upset, sad, and under the sorrow he comes there because of the loss of the ball, okay. Then what happens when he watches that this grief and shock makes him stand rigid. What is the meaning of rigid? Still, without any movement. He was watching, and by standing still, his ball in the water, and he trembles. He is trembling there. He is shivering at all there, and staring continuously with the fixedly eyes. He is looking there his ball, which is in the water. Now what happens? All his young days into the harbour where his ball went. moment when he looks his bowl, that was not the ordinary bowl for him, because with this bowl, what was there in the water? His childhood memories which were attached with his bowl, those memories were there in the water, bouncing in the water. When the bowl was bouncing in the water, at that time, what he thinks that this is not only the ball in the water, this is his childhood memories which were floating there in the water. Okay, then at that time what comes, bete? I would not intrude on him. A dime another ball is worthless. I is here the poet, and he says, I would not interfere on his solitude. Now he is in solitude because he is in grief, he is in shock. Okay, that's why he says, the poet says that I would not interfere on his solitude, and I will not tell him, I will not give him money. Dime is money. Okay, cent, 10 cent, another to buy another ball. And he says, if I suggest him to buy another ball, okay, with the money, it would be useless, it would be worthless to ask him to buy another ball, because with another ball he can't get his childhood memories back. Okay, bache, this is the explanation of your second stanza. Now first of all, I would like to tell you what bete poetic devices of this stanza. First stanza, what, see bete, what and what, repetition of the same word in the successive line in the beginning of the line. That's why what is here bete, anaphora is here in the first two lines, and in the second line what is here bete, repetition is here in the second line. Okay, what and what being repetition of the word watch, that's why repetition is here. And in the first line there is assonance is also here because of the vowel sound O. Okay, bache, you can see here, boy now who has lost his bowl, O. Okay, bete, because of the repetition of this sound. Okay, bache. Now in the second stanza, what is here? See here also, merrily, anaphora is here, bache. And now in the second stanza, young days. Okay, the young days are compared with the ball. Okay, that's why metaphor is here in the second stanza. Okay, and rhyme scheme, there is no unrhymed scheme is lines are here bete, so this is the free verse poem, there is no rhyme scheme in this poem. Okay, now what you will do, dear students, now you will read once again. One poetic device is left bete, sorry, imagery is also here. The poet tries to take the under the confidence the readers, whatever he wants to show. Okay, it doesn't mean like that those things are visualized, the people are able to see those things with their own eyes, but they can sense those things. Okay, that's why imagery is here. Where imagery bete, merrily bouncing. You can write in your notebook bete this thing. I would like to tell you, imagery poet has used. What is the meaning of this bete? Poet is able to create a similar snapshot. Poet is able to create a similar snapshot. Whatever he is thinking, he just want to, he is just thinking like that, reader will also think like that. Okay, imagination is there in the reader's mind. It does not mean any visual imagery. It can appeal to any our senses. It can appeal to any our sense. Okay, bete, merrily bouncing. In these two words there is the imagery. Okay, in the second stanza there is only the metaphor and no rhyme scheme is here in this poem. Now what you will do, once again you will read the poem. If you have any doubt, you can ask me on your WhatsApp group. Till then, okay, have a nice day to all of you.